Good morning and welcome back to New American. We have a problem. I made too much money overnight. We started around 320-ish thousand, and we are currently way too far ahead on that. We've got a bunch of digestate in here. We've got a bunch of electrical charge and methane as well. There's also a ton of manure that has found its way in there some way, shape, or form. Granted, I have been feeding these cows all night long. The amount that I'm having to do right now is so unsustainable, it's not even funny. So much going on. I've basically been carting all night, trying to give them food and straw all at the same time. And it's just been an insane nightmare. I can't keep enough food in here. I can't keep enough straw in. They have so much milk. They produce so much slurry overnight. We made too much money. Way too much money. And I said, I don't want too much money. It's just an issue. So we're going to have to sell that because that was the center of our issues. We're going to put a smaller one down. There we go. The BGA Basic. Hopefully this one's going to be a little bit better for us. 100,000 liters of everything. That's pretty good. It is tied in somehow, shape, or form with the manure. So, at least there's that. I need to set all of this stuff to selling, and otherwise we're good to go. Also say this. I think just because there is manure, it's thinking it's linked to this, but I'm not so sure that it really is. At least for the manure that's there, it seems to be using manure, but it's not actually disappearing. And so I think that's a bit of a problem. And I really don't want to have to deal with that said problem. We've also still got a couple months at least before we're able to do anything with anything else. I will take this opportunity to purchase Field 7. I don't know what's in there, but I'm buying it anyway. I don't even care. We are also going to have to figure out what to do when it comes to everything else, because that does not hold enough food. It doesn't hold enough food. It almost holds too many cows, if I'm honest. Let's go ahead and set this thing up for the AI worker. 2 headlands. Cool, go do your thing. I don't care. These cows, goodness gracious. I may have to go in and actually modify this thing a little bit just to be able to hold everything. That or get rid of some of the cows. I don't want to do that. But we do have too much money. I acknowledge that. Now, I know it's not American, but I did want to have some kind of semi-truck setup for this. And I know it's very similar to the other series that I've got going on right now. And as a matter of fact, it's the same trailer. But it was also used, which was nice. I also got to go with this guy, the newer Volvo Globetrotter. It's mod. It had a bunch of customization, and I kind of made it look boring, if I'm honest, but still looks pretty cool. I dig it, man. I dig it. To be fair, there's not a lot going on with this. It's a little bit of TMR right there. I'd like to use this to feed our cattle, at least at night. I think it's going to be a lot easier. How much TMR do I have left in here? 82,000 liters. Really? 82,000 liters. I could have sworn we had a lot less than that. What's going on with that? Oh yeah, and it's got an unrealistic capacity, but that's really just to help me. It's more or less a moving silo at this point. All right, I need to change my tip side to sliding floor, because if this thing goes up in here, it is going to be absolute chaos. Oh, it barely fits. There we go, sliding floor, looking good. Very cool indeed. Oh my goodness, that is super slow. I think the cows can eat faster than this goes out. Nonetheless, we'll leave that sitting there for now, and we'll get a couple other things going. I tell you, this has kind of turned into a taking care of these dumb cows. That's what this has turned into. We do need to move quite a few things, but after that, I think we'll be good. We do have field work going on, so at least there's that. And also, I haven't checked my grass fields to see what's up with that. Let's see if we could Superman run up here and see. It says ready to harvest, but I don't think that's the full growth stage yet. Yeah, you could definitely tell that it's not. If you check out the grass on the side of the field versus in the field, We've still got one more to go. So it'd be really nice, even though you can harvest it right now, if it didn't say ready to harvest, because it's technically incorrect. Well, I guess saying that it's not the best time to harvest it is the correct way. You know what I mean. Well, one more thing that we could probably do is buy our a production chain. So we've got the dairy, which we've kind of mentioned down here. If we visit that, take a look at it. We've got this place. I think we could probably turn this into something, although I'm not quite sure how long we're going to be around to do said dairy farming. Or even if I could buy this. This isn't a production chain, is it? No. This is not. This is just a sell point. Well, I guess I take it back. We'll just deliver like normal. Before we do that, I think it's probably appropriate that we remove some money. I don't normally do this, but yeah, we have way too much money. There we go. I think that's pretty appropriate. Even though I don't think we could afford a semi-truck and a semi-trailer and anything else that I purchased overnight. I don't think we could afford any of that just from manure sales and milk sales. I'm happy removing some of that money. It's just too much. We'll also see how this new production chain works. It may make us too much money as well. I really hope it doesn't. That's a good thing, though, I guess, with this being just a sell point and not a production chain. It makes things a little bit easier. It's like, you know what? Here's where I sell my milk. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of money for milk. We're making too much money. I gotta go spend it on something else. Well, we finished up at least all of our chores that we need to do for the day, and we finished it up perfect time because field is done being plowed. So at least now we've got 3 good fields to be able to put crops into. But again, we're not putting crops in until the spring because we're running some oats. Obviously, I'm running oats. Thought it was going to be anything else. You're crazy. So let's spend some of this hard-earned cash. Let's cut through here. There are a few things that we're not getting enough of. One is TMR. The other one is straw. I just don't have enough. So I think we're going to have to buy another 100,000 liters of TMR. Oh, will this only hold 100,000 liters? Oh boy. Crap. Well, I guess putting up another one never hurt anything. We should probably put this somewhere where it doesn't look off, though. Maybe like right here? Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Plus, it forces us to move that, yeah, what is that called? Not a shed. It's not a silo. Oh my gosh, my brain stopped working. That hurt. There we go. Looking good. We can come up to this and actually get some straw, which again is something that we are having a difficult time managing. We just don't quite have enough of it. Although I'll say this too, I think it would be very interesting to see what would happen if we had to stop feeding the cows. If we didn't produce enough stuff and they just made what they made when they made it. That would be really interesting. You know what? I think we should do that. Because it's so easy just to buy what you need, even if you know, have the money, don't have the money, whatever. Yeah. Let's do it. We're making too much money anyway. Look, what's the worst that could happen? I fail? Oh boy, I didn't like that. So we'll fill them up with everything that they need, and we're just going to let them go from there. All right, so food is in, and I think that's all we can do, yeah. So let's get out of here. We got to tilt the truck down a little bit, and then we can get out. There we go, all right. And I'm just going to take this, the volume, empty it. Now we don't have any TMR anymore. The good thing is, at least in the base game, the cows can't die. The bad news is if you don't have enough food, you don't get anything, I guess. What's this? How are we looking in here? We've got silage, we've got straw, we've got some hay, a little bit. Not a whole lot going on. I'm pretty sure we've got some bales over here that can be thrown in. Got to love. Bill only allow one bale size at a time. Oh, that's right. This trailer's auto load. Crap. Just load it up. Something. No, Please remove yourself from the trailer, sir. Thank you. Here we go. This is what I need. Bam, 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 boom. Cool. All right, so we've got a little bit of hay, a little bit of silage. These are bales that I bought a few episodes ago, I think, at this point. And I bought them in the store when they were on sale. And it's worked out a-okay. I got to be honest with you. I'm also curious, are there any something else in here. See, tree saplings, that's not gonna do it. Ah, it doesn't look like anything right now. That's okay. So this will really be interesting now. How much, see, we've got 500 and some. Not great. We'll put some straw in here because manure does make a decent amount of money, and we'll pull forward, and that'll be some TMR. Otherwise, I think this is going to be one of those time to move forward and rock and roll. Manure's going in, which is great, and then we've got a lot of stuff going on over here as well. Hopefully this doesn't make too much money overnight. Please don't make too much money overnight. It didn't make too much money overnight! Yes, 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 yes! Hey, we made about $100,000. That's okay. I'm cool with that, man. How much TMR did we make overnight? 80,000. Nice. I say overnight. We went to bed at like 8 in the morning. So now we can take things over, give the cows some food, because I'm imagining they are probably out of everything. That would be a big old solid 10-4 there. Good buddy. Yeah, they've got some straw, but no food. Poor guys. Maybe if they didn't eat so much, they would be fine. This is a very interesting setup and not something that I've been used to before, as I have the animals, but I'm barely making enough of the food. It's interesting. It's an interesting issue. So now we just kind of get back into the routine of doing some of our chores. So I'm gonna move some of the manure around. We need to go sell our milk, and then we need to mow, I guess. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to mow. It's gonna be ready. While we're filling up, I'm definitely gonna do a few things to remove temptation. Like removing that and removing that. You know, we still need a silo. What if we go with one of these addable triggers? I love the addable triggers. I think these are super cool. I don't have a building right here, though. That's the only issue. And over here, there is a building, and that's also an issue. I guess I could put this here and then figure out a building later. It's gonna look stupid, though. I don't know. I don't need it right now. We'll figure it out later. I'll be honest with you, too. Now I'm not sure if I need that semi-truck or not. It was very useful when I needed it, but I don't need it now, which makes it very not useful at all. Tell you what would be useful, though. Another tractor. I think we're good on trailer stuff. That we're not gonna have enough to do much with it. I just saw this. I was like, oh, I could spend the money on it. It'll be great. I don't think we need this. We need another tractor. Something not quite as big as the T7, but bigger and maybe more powerful than the Fiat Agri. Introducing the Fendt 728. This is actually from the, well, it's the Colossus Tractors pack, but it's I've just gone for a normal engine. It's all pretty darn normal. I did go with the Forestry Edition because I really like the Forestry Edition. What were they, was that 1,100, 1,200 kg AGCO weight for the front of it? Figured that would be pretty good. And I just dig this setup, man. We've also got a winch on here if we ever need one. I think this is perfect. And it's got 303 horsepower, so it is about 120-ish, 123 more than the Fiat, and it's just a little bit less, 10 horsepower less, I think, than our New Holland. And it's a lot smaller. Perfect. It's exactly what we needed. So now we still have 4 machines, technically. We've got 3 tractors plus the little UTV, which I've been digging. I am going to go ahead and plow up this other field, too. I mean, there's really no reason not to, I think, at this point. Set that there, make sure everything's good to go. Yeah, 9-2. Perfect. And to be honest, it's going to be a little bumpy. So what I may end up doing is hiring up a roller on one of these guys. I just need something to kind of flatten out the field a little bit, just to make it better for later. I think I've got the solution, but I also don't think that this tractor's going to be able to run this. This is the disc harrow, which I think would be good because it's going to put everything down. Please don't be too much weight on the back. Seems okay. It requires 180 horsepower. This Fiat has exactly 180 horsepower. I could have gone with something bigger and better and this and that. I'm also thinking maybe the weight's not going to be enough. I think that's an 1,800 kg weight. Boy, I hope it's enough. Really, this is just something to help waste a little bit of time. Whenever we come through with a seeder, if you've got a plowed field, it is very bumpy. And bumpy's not fun. And it slows you down. And I ain't got nothing else going on right now, so we may as well do some other stuff. Here we go. Just hire a worker, let them do the thing. And this disc arrow should smooth out the field and make it a little bit easier and a little bit more enjoyable to run a tractor on. That's looking much better. So now everybody is rocking. Everybody is in the field doing their thing, which means we got some work to do. Unfortunately, we're out of time for that work today, so make sure you tune in to the next one where we will start mowing. We'll go ahead and double check these fields, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to put some crops in the ground. We'll see you then.